Hey everybody, One of Weezem here, 3:25 a.m. Monday morning, July 21st, 2014. It's actually a 7-theme day. 7, 21, and 14. 21 and 14, both divisible by 7, for anyone that cares. Interesting observations at 3 in the morning. That said, another interesting observation, if you ever feel like you need to throw up and you can't quite get there, just come into this screen and watch Riptide bounce around. It will probably get you to that point. That said, he's always very quick on his feet, and that's why I took my blind playthrough Riptide down Fishy Fencer. To me, that tied in with his background story. He's actually holding the swordfish, not the shark, which granted, the shark, that bodes very well for him having a repose, don't you think? But I don't know, to me I just kind of prefer the quick attacks. That said, is Flounder Pounder a dud? Is it better? I don't know yet because I haven't taken it, and that's what we're going to do right now. If you are interested in checking out Fishy Fencer, or seeing what he had from his base upgrades, take the link at the top of the video description box. You'll go to my post dedicated to Riptide. You can see all 3 videos, and you have access to my exclusive spreadsheet. That said, Flounder Pounder here. This addresses the shark side of the equation. Learn new ways to pound enemies with the hammerhead shark weapon. So we're going to select that. And that is obviously the bottom one down here. Shark Surprise is up first. 1088 is the price. Bear in mind, I've got 18 Wing Sapphire, so I've got that max discount working in my favor. Press A to throw the shark, which bounces off of enemies' heads before landing. Sometimes these things have worked in the training grounds. I think Countdown had something similar. We'll just kind of monitor it and see what goes down. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't say anything about damage there. So I guess we'll actually have to check it out first. Take it from there. So to throw the shark, we first have to throw the swordfish. So let's go ahead and do that. And if you think, wait, where did those little sharks go? We don't, or the swordfish go, nipping needle nose. We don't have those anymore because that was tied in with Fishy Fencer. So what we have to do now is press the A button to throw the shark, and it's supposed to bounce off of heads. So let's see what happens. Okay. I don't know that the dummies are going to be close enough together. Maybe if I orient ourselves here. So, we're at least getting 2 out of it. And it's at 36. Let me get back to my spreadsheet. Is that where we left off with that? Yes, it was doing 36 to 54. So, Shark Surprise. Let's do one. Yeah, so basically 2 hits. So 36 to 54 2 times. And again, it's probably more impressive if you actually have enemies, and it might actually do more, but it's probably going to be limited to roughly that. Will it be a deal that just bounces perpetually as long as there's chompies under it? Maybe, I don't know. What I'll do when I take them through some gameplay scenarios, if it changes significantly, I'll make a note on the spreadsheet. If I've already published the post, I'll go ahead and I'll annotate it on the post itself. So always check back, you never know what I'll find out. Next up, we have Time to Hammer for 1408. Hammerhead shark attacks do increase damage. There's more than one reason why they are called hammerheads. Now, to me, that's a little bit vague, because as we saw talking so many times, everything he does with the hammerhead is a hammerhead attack to me. That means the primary style, when he's just, swinging it back and forth, it's the toss attack. And it's also Shark Surprise when it bounces off the heads. Now, what of that, if any, they upgrade damage number-wise? We're about to find out. So, we're going to start primary. Where we left off, we were doing what? 46 to 69, I believe. So, wow. 54 to 81. Now, that is a big increase. Very, very big increase. So, 54 to 81, I guess it's best to word that as primary. And now, does the toss do anything? The toss we left off, I believe, 36 to 54. And then of course on the Shark Surprise, the subsequent bounce was 36 to 54. So let's see what it is. 36. So same thing there. So a little disappointing, because to me that is a hammerhead attack. If they just said time to hammer your shark primary or shark hit, whatever they want to refer to it as, does more damage, that would have been okay. But when they leave it open-ended like that, I have to believe it's going to increase all the shark attacks, and it clearly doesn't. So time to hammer secondary is sent. Shark Bite Bait will be up next. We're going to come over here to Gorm. If you see him slightly faster, he has +3 speed because it's the Punk Shock speed day apparently, so fitting for his upgrade session, I suppose. But final upgrade down the Flounder Pounder path is called Shark Bite Bait. 1920 is our price with a discount. Hold Y to charge a shark attack. Released dash forward, biting enemies in the way. This could be impressive. And I have to say that the paths are basically mirror images of each other, just one has the swordfish and one has the shark. Sick. We gotta get to the shark first, so let's toss Mr. Swordfish. And again, what we're doing, 54 to 81, which is crazy. So we're gonna hold the Y button to charge the attack and release to dash forward, biting enemies in the way. Let's count the charge time. Basically 2 seconds. 15. Wow, that ended on a 75.
School's in session.
Was that 3 or 4 minutes? 5, I got that time. Let's try it again. Yeah, so Shark Bite Bait, 15 to 23. 4 times. There's the 4. And then 75, half of that would be 37.5, which is 38, which would be 113 if we ever saw a critical number. Pretty salty stuff right there with Shark Bite Bait. You're sitting there and you think, oh, 15, you know, I thought it'd be more than that. And then you get that grand finale and it's kind of like, well, that's actually not too bad. So pretty cool. And you have to realize, you know, like I'm point blank range, so we're seeing the 4, 15 to 23, and then the finale, but we're also going to have a 54 to 81 if you're close quarters, because you're going to hit, hold it down while it charges, release it, and have the 15, 15, 15, 15, boom, 75. So 54, and then when I release, 15, 15, 15, 15, 113, we saw the critical. That was a small miracle. So pretty impressive, you know. If you, like I said, don't be disappointed by the 15 to 23, and just think about it. 15 4 times is 60, 23 4 times is what, 92. So lots of potential for high damage output there. Now the soul gem is called Reinventing the Whale. Price is $25.60. Angry fish explode out of the whale spout, seeking out and damaging nearby enemies. Let's grab that. Kind of glad they didn't change. Now, granted, I think he would look really good with some silver armor. In fact, if I unbox this GameStop one, I have it sealed just for the simple fact I can tell them apart that way. But I may actually do that. Just, I really like his aesthetics. I might make the armor silver, and then the only other thing I thought about doing to him was like painting him green. But the truth is, I really like the blue color, and then the underbelly is kind of like a gray-green, which I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, but it does to me. So, bottom line, I really like him, and the best way I know to improve him is to change the golden armor to silver, so I may do that. Look for that in the future. That said, what we have to check out now is that soul gem. It was doing 60 to 90. That is sadly going to stay the same. I'm not asking for like a 300 point hit, but just seeing that jump up to maybe like the 75 to 113, or even like a 70 to 105 or something like that would have been pretty cool. But as you can see, 60 to 90. And then we basically have 5 hits from those angry fish that do 8 to 12. So his soul gem by no means sets the world on fire. Coming in compared to Fishy Fencer, it does it's got your cumulatively the best damage output. Straight as an angler can get pretty high up there. But with Flounder Pounder having 75 to 113 on shark bite bait and time to hammer, firing off 81s pretty regularly, would have been nice if that sold him was just a little bit higher. But that said, 60 to 90 is not bad, and then worst case scenario, you get 5 hits of 40, you've done 100 damage. Max everything out, 90 and 60, you've done 150. So 100 to 150 cumulatively combined. Not too shabby, kind of what you would expect from a Newlander Soul Gem. So, that's it. That is it. That is Riptide fully upgraded down the Flounder Pounder path. Let's see here. This is one of those classic scenarios. If you're the type of person that prefers the high, wow, look at that crazy damage, you're going to want to go Flounder Pounder. If you're somebody that sees the beauty in not having some huge awe-inspiring number and realizing that by the time that person has fired off that big number they're bragging about, you've made 4 hits that sequentially outnumber that one big hit, you will want to take Fishy Fencer. Really, neither one is bad. It honestly would come down to your play style here. Jeez. And you will have to cycle in and out. If you were wanting to keep things simple and stay stationary, I would prefer Fishy Fencer. Some of you might prefer Flounder Pounder. Of course, to keep it stationary, you can't use your toss attacks. And you have to realize, whichever path you take, you still have the base upgrades worth of the swordfish or the sharkfish stuff. The tertiary is pretty good, not impacted by the path in any way. That ties in with the soul gem. Shark bite bait, very impressive to me, is the best part of Flounder Pounder. And then I would have to say, straight as an angler is probably the best aspect of Fishy Fencer. But personally, I prefer Fishy Fencer. I realize Flounder Pounder is good and it has, like the big numbers that are awe-inspiring. But to me, I would rather fire off those quick sword strike attacks, and it ties in with the character's background story and the character's pose in this case. So I factor all that in. Again, if I just had one Riptide, I'd take Fishy Fencer and I would stick to it. Since I'm fortunate enough to have 2, I can explore both of them, showcase them for you. But like I said, you cannot go wrong with either one. It will ultimately come down to your play style and what you're setting him up for. What you hope to accomplish with your Riptide. So that's it. I will leave it here. All we really lack now is the special characters, Kickoff Countdown, Jolly Bumble Blast. I haven't done Dark Washbuckler. He'll come up. I'd do it tonight if it wasn't so late, actually. Firecracken, I have not done it all. I'm debating coming in and doing his base upgrades tonight. Don't hold me to that. But the Newlanders are wrapped up. The swappers are about to be wrapped up when Firecracken's done. Then I can come in, we can do our Series 2s and Series 3s. I'm going to go in and buy the hats and the bonus mission maps and all that jazz, and I'm going to actually go through those and just kind of take it from there. So, again, I like to go through the game box stock. It's more challenging. I get more of a feel for the character. I appreciate the upgrades more. And with the inclusion of the training grounds here, biggest deal to me is the ability to come in here and document in meticulous detail the damage numbers for these guys, and to do it in a manner that's actually quick. I could have done it in Giants and SSA. I just would have had to go to a heroic challenge every time, back out, or complete it. It would have taken an eternity, and this is just really nice. So again, to me, greatest asset added in Swap Force is the training grounds. I'm adamant about that. For anyone that truly cares about the number side of things or seeing how things truly compare, can't put a value on having that here. It's so simplistic and functional, and it's an easy way to get money, which is a hidden bonus. But that is that. Riptide, again, great character. He actually upgraded very, very well in my opinion. So I'm going to probably get his base upgrades editing, and I'll go through, take him through some nightmare mode stuff, see how he performs upgraded. So I'll be having fun doing that. Hopefully you're getting sleep unless you're on the other side of the world. Hopefully you're having a good Monday. night, afternoon, evening, something like that. But if you like what I'm doing, hit that button. More importantly, make sure you're subscribed. As a subscriber, when I crank these videos out, you will be amongst the first to know. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here next time.